Once upon a time, there was a man named Balaam.
A very rich and powerful man with a stellar reputation for divination.
What?
Divination, it's like, I don't know.
A witch doctor?
Sort of.
A prophet?
Sort of.
A fortune teller?
Yes, that's basically it. A fortune teller.
A very famous fortune teller.
He would consult the gods and then tell people their advice.
But always for a price. In fact, he made a very fine living selling the words of God.
So one day, he's sitting in his lounge chair, sipping some lemonade, waiting for his next gig.
When some messengers arrived from a faraway land.
That would be me.
Well, we got a job for you, oh great diviner.
A really good job.
So pack your bags, big guy. We're heading down to Moab.
Well, wait now just a minute.
The big guy replied.
I can't just leave at the drop of a hat.
Why not?
Why not?
Why not?
Well, because don't you get it? I'm sort of a big deal around here. I don't just go running off to, where'd y'all say you're from?
Moab.
To Moab, just because y'all come.
We have money.
Come on, I think I have a spot this week.
So Balaam began the negotiations.
And after thinking a while, he concluded.
So you want me to go down to curse your enemies? These, who are they again?
We don't know. They're just from Egypt.
Thousands of them.
Millions of them.
They sweep up everything in their path.
And, we're kind of next on the path.
Well, I have to say, I can't promise y'all I'll come.
Did we mention we have money?
Yes, I noticed that. But you have to understand, cursing people, it's very dangerous business. Very dangerous.
So you want more money?
Hold up now, I didn't say that. You hear me say that? 'Cause I distinctly do not remember saying that. You know what? What I need to do is consult with God. You know, I don't want to make any enemies. I don't know what I mean?
So what are we supposed to do? Our king expects an answer. Are we supposed to go home and...
Y'all can stay with me while I go to my secret room and talk with God.
So the nobles spent the night and waited.
That night, God actually showed up.
And the two of them had a chat.
Balaam,
Yes?
who are those guys out there?
Oh, those guys, just simple travelers from Moab. No big deal, nothing to be alarmed about.
What do they want?
Oh, it's something about invaders from Egypt who think they'll wipe them out. They want me to come down and do their basic curse.
Don't do it. Balaam, those people are from Egypt. They're my people. Do not go with them. Repeat, do not go with them.
Your people? Really? I had no idea. Okay, whatever you say.
So the next morning, Balaam broke the news.
Sorry guys, can't come. God told me personally.
And the princes were very disappointed.
And they went back to their king empty-handed.
And the king was not happy.
But instead of giving up, he sent more princes with even more money.
So Balaam, big guy, do you have a deal?
But Balaam was firmly against the idea.
Or at least mostly against the idea. Or at least he wasn't ready to sign on just yet.
Look guys, I just can't do it. Even if your king gave me his whole palace and filled it with silver and gold, I couldn't do it. Well, maybe then, but he wouldn't do that, right? No way he could do that. Do you think that could happen? You know what? I'll talk to him one more time in case he, change his mind.
So they had another little chat.
So, what do you think? Do you think a little curse would hurt that much?
Balaam, you want to go so bad? Okay, fine. You may go with them on one condition. You do only what I tell you, and you say only what I say.
Deal. Thank you. I owe you big time. Big time.
So Balaam started out.
But before he got too far, he encountered a certain obstacle.
Except only his donkey could see it.
The Lord The angel of the Lord stood in his path, and the donkey wanted no part of that action.
Would you just go? Get your flea and carcass moving. I gotta make mullet by Wednesday.
But the donkey wouldn't move.
Go, what is your problem?
But the donkey turned back, smashing Balaam's foot against a rock.
And then she simply lay down and refused to move at all.
Needless to say, Balaam was ticked and began to beat the poor animal.
Where's this bag of bones? Come on, what do you just...
And then it happened.
What happened?
The donkey began to speak.
Hey. Now wait just a minute here. What have I done to deserve all this?
Needless to say, Balaam was a bit surprised.
But not too surprised to continue the conversation.
You've made a fool out of me. If I had a sword right now, I'd put you out of my misery.
Easy, big guy.
Replied the donkey, always good at calming people down.
Think a minute, Balaam. Have I ever done anything like this before?
Balaam had to admit she did have a point.
No.
Well then, speaking of swords, you might want to look over there.
It was then when Balaam saw it.
Saw what?
The angel of the Lord with a sword
The sword of the Lord.
pointed directly at Balaam.
The angel summarized it nicely.
All this time, you've been beating your donkey, Balaam. While it wasn't for the donkey, I would have stabbed you with the sword right now.
But you said I could go with them.
Balaam must have been thinking.
Money is a powerful thing, Balaam. Very powerful. When I saw how eagerly you set off to Moab, I knew what was on your mind, and I decided to stop you.
All right, you got me.
Balaam admitted.
I've sinned.
And the donkey surely must have agreed.
The end.
So what's the point of this story? Why make a donkey speak?
We all have donkeys, things that get in the way.
Things that don't behave as we'd like them to.
Things that seem to be hindering our progress, keeping us continually frustrated and behind schedule, even keeping us from the money we think we need.
But before you beat that thing that's driving you crazy, be careful.
That thing, that donkey, might just be saving your life from the power of gold.
And if that's true, if you're as driven toward money and power as Balaam was,
Then this donkey tail is pinned on you.